Hey guys, David Stem, Yak Fishing and founder of the North American Kayak Anglers Association. Today we're going to talk about how to throw a cast net. So there are two things that I did that have improved my fishing exponentially. One is I started watching YouTube videos by guys who fish the same waters that I do or the same style that I fish. And I digested every bit of information that I could, and that has really helped me become a better angler, helped me catch more fish, helped me have many more successful trips, and it's also motivated me to do what I'm doing, and that is founding the North American Kayak Anglers Association and doing a yak fishing channel in the hopes that I can help someone else the way these guys have helped me. And the second thing, and not very far behind that, is I learned how to throw a cast net. And sometimes live bait just can make all the difference. And it is a great equalizer when conditions are tough or when the fish are cued in on live bait. So because I fish out of a kayak primarily, I almost exclusively use an 8-foot cast net. I do exclusively use an 8-foot cast net when I'm in the kayak. If you're getting started, I would recommend starting with either a 6 or an 8-foot. A 6 is going to be easier to learn how to throw, and if you can master the 6, it translates to an 8. You don't have to do anything different. And you always want to use as big a diameter as you can, because bigger net, more chance to catch bait, right? So after scouring the internet and attempting literally hundreds of different styles of throws and becoming frustrated to the point of just sheer madness, I chose a style, and I just got in the backyard, and for a couple hours a day for several days I just practiced and practiced and practiced and practiced. And it wasn't fun, it was tedious, but I've become proficient at throwing the cast net. So now if I see bait, it's just a matter of, can I get close enough? It's not a matter of can I throw the net in a way that it'll open. And believe me, when I first started, I was arrogant. I thought, well, how hard can this be? So I just bought a cast net. I went out, I would be among bait on my boat, and I would throw the cast net, and it was just awful. I don't think I ever caught a single mullet, and that was even more frustrating and even more motivating to do what I needed to do. So today I'm going to show you the easiest method that I've ever found, and I think if I was going to recommend a method, obviously this is the one I recommend. And this is an 8-foot cast net that I'm dealing with. So regardless of the size of the net, all nets are going to have the loop, the rope, the horn of the net, which is the top of the net, the braille lines going down to the lead, and then on the bottom you have obviously your lead. And I'm going to show you how to load this net in order to throw it. So you're obviously going to start with the loop, and the reason I like this method is you can load and throw the net very quickly, and it doesn't take a lot of room. So when I'm in a kayak, I obviously can't walk around, so I'm pretty much stationary, and I can stand in one spot and do this very quickly. So you put the loop on your arm. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to load with my right hand, and I'm going to throw from left to right. So if you're left-handed, you'll just have to reverse this. But you're going to start by simply making a series of loops, and about that much. That's all you need. And you're going to do this until you get to the horn. And one word of caution: the only thing about the loops, doesn't matter how short, but it can matter if they're too long. They can get caught in the net during the throw. So you don't want keep your nets fairly short, about a little more than shoulder distance apart when you're making your loops. Now when you reach the horn, This is also critical. Straighten the net and make sure that the net's not twisted, because throwing a cast net is all about the load. It's got to be loaded properly. So you want to grab about 6 to 8 inches below the horn, and then you're going to grab it again somewhere between the horn and the leads, and it's going to be different depending on your height, but you want to be about waist high. So I'm going to grab the net about right here, and you're going to put that, just lay that right over in the other hand and hold it. Now from here, you want to make sure that the leads are not tangled. So what I do is I pull these out, and I'm watching the lead lines at the bottom to make sure there's no tangles. They're all coming off side by side, and these are. So when I have just a little more than half pulled, just like that, I'm going to rotate that and put it in that same hand. I'll do that again. So I've separated the net, a little more than half here, a little less than half hanging, and I'm going to, while holding this, I'm going to rotate this around and lay it right on top of what I'm already holding. So now I have this. And you want to take the lead line that's closest to you, and you want to put that in your hand, hold it with your thumb, and just lay it over. So now you've got this, and you grab the lead line that's closest to you, and you just hold that out like that, and this net is ready to throw. That's all there is to it, guys. And when you throw, I like to be at a 45-degree angle to my target. If the camera was my target, I'm going to stand at a 45 degree. I'm going to wait until I see the shot that I want to take on the bait. I'm going to rotate back and then come around, and you're going to let go of this hand first and let go with this hand just a half a second later. And it sounds really complicated, but this is where the practice and the repetition comes in, because you get to a point you don't even think about it. It just becomes second nature. And so it's no trouble at all, trust me. It sounds a lot more complicated than it is. So again, rotate back, 45-degree angle, rotate back, swing around, let it go at about 2 o'clock, and the net should open. And because this is an 8-foot net, I can throw this net far out. If the bait's a long way away from me, I can really send this net. I can't do that with a 10-foot net. Some guys can. I can't. But that's how to throw an 8-foot net. And again, guys, I say it a lot about a lot of different things because it's true. Repetition brings about competency, and there's nothing that is more true about than throwing a cast net. Take the time to make yourself proficient in the backyard so that when it counts and when you're in amongst the bait, because some days bait's really tough and you don't get a lot of chances to get it. You may get 1 or 2 throws and that's it. So make sure, if you put yourself in a position to actually get to throw on some bait, that you're proficient enough that you're going to open that net, you're going to catch that bait, and you're going to have a better fishing trip. So I hope this helps. I'm going to link the original video down in the description, the one that I'm teaching you. So if you want another perspective of the same method, go to that video. And that's the one that I use to teach myself how to do this. And so you have that option as well. I hope this helps. Learn how to throw a cast net. It makes all the difference. Tight lines.